Welcome back, AfterBuzzers, to Braxton Family Values. Oh my gosh, I missed you guys. But this is Grammys and Gossip, episode 23. We have your Tamar, she wins Big Brother. Trina and Bun takes the next step. And this Toni Braxton, or is she Toni Williams? Our special segment, news and gossip and more. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Oh.
I got like horse in the bag.
Thank you. I love that. Thank you, Steph, for that. Hey guys, well, we're turning up here, so I hope you're turning up watching us tonight. So welcome back to Braxton Family Values. We're back. Erika and Tyler had to hold it down last week, so thank you guys for that. But we're back to a full panel. We're back to giving you all our love and light and tea. So before we get into it, I'm your host, Sierra Stafford, and to the left of me I have Imani.
Hey guys, what's good? Got Imani J in the building.
What's up, y'all? I'm your man, Tyler Tyson.
Hey guys, I'm Erika Hunter.
Yes, a full beautiful panel.
Yes.
So let's not say what I wanted to say, but it's okay. It was a lot that happened last week, as we know, of course. We're finally, getting to the nitty-gritty of things. It's actually coming to an end really soon here.
Oh, yes.
Which is crazy because I feel like we just started. But I'm glad that we're ending and getting some answers that we've been looking for. So we finally know that Tamar actually won Big Brother. And I'm so happy she won because, listen, she said she was a true fan. She knew the show. So listen, girl, you better have won. So do y'all watch Big Brother?
You know I do. I love me some Big Brother. Yeah.
So you saw her win.
I saw it from beginning to end. Absolutely.
Do you think she deserved it?
She 100% deserved to win the show. What I did not like was her speech when she was trying to get votes, and she was like, basically, I'm a mom and I need to buy a house, and it's like she went the pity, and she didn't have to because she played the game like a beast. So that's the only thing I didn't like.
Well, listen, I can't say much about it, y'all. I don't watch the show. So.
Y'all got to get into Big Brother. Listen, you're missing out on the Big Brother.
Can I watch it on Hulu?
Is it on Netflix? I mean, what? Where can I find it?
They're not paying me, so I don't know. I can't. Look on AfterBuzz. You might find a couple clips over here.
What you say? No free nothing. No free discount.
Is they paying me? Right?
They not paying you. Listen, you gotta.
I don't watch the show, but I appreciate the fact that she was the first African American
first,
to win.
Oh, that's big.
20 seasons and 2 celebrity seasons, and the first African American to
Well,
win.
that's dope.
It is.
Kudos.
Congrats, Tamar. Well, I mean, regardless, you won. Now you can get your house. I know she mentioned buying. She said, Logan, we can get a house now or something.
She ain't buying no house.
Because she's still in the apartment building with the two.
with the
Two apartments.
Listen, first of all, with $250,000, you're not buying a house in LA. Let's be clear on
Very
that.
clear.
Let alone
that's
the
how
house.
much it was?
Yeah, it's only $250,000, and the house that Tamar would want.
I could use that.
You're not gonna do it
Honestly,
for $250,000.
I can use it. Listen, I
can
can
make
give
it
me a
work.
nice condo,
can too.
high rise. Listen, living lavish, okay?
It's something. Put me in the loft. I'm good.
I ain't gotta get a house till I'm ready to be married, and then anyways. Okay, so yeah, congrats to Tamar, and they did have a celebration for her for winning, and I was actually kind of glad that she mentioned that she actually grew from being on the show. Really she was scared to go in, she was scared, had fear about it, but she kind of actually gained a lot from being on the show. So I mean, it was good because 30 days, that's a long time.
That is a long time.
Without loved ones, and I don't know about y'all, but I couldn't have done it.
Yeah, it's like not just your loved one. Like, you're cut off from everyone. There's no phone, no internet, no anything. Although in this, they did allow them to tweet. Like, they could tweet out, but they couldn't receive any tweets.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I've had that experience before. Where during my summers in high school, I was in this program. And I couldn't have a
Did y'all
phone.
see Tyler's face?
I couldn't have a phone or anything. So, I mean, it's possible, but as an adult, no way.
I remember the nights. Have you ever got your phone taken at night?
Oh my goodness, all the time.
Look, that felt like 30 days. It was about 6 hours, but
You can have my phone. Please, somebody, please
When
take
you
it.
have to text from your mom's phone hey, it's me, but don't text back.
or turn the brightest down under the cover on the
That
night.
part.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, I done got in trouble many nights behind that. Let's not bring that up, okay? Okay, so moving along, so Trina and Von, they're actually onto a good start. They're the good couple of the season so far, and it was a lot going on. He's asked for her hand in marriage. We know what happened with Gabe and Trina, so he's kind of been a very good support system for her, which is kind of tough, for a man. And just, will they move in together? Because, Von currently lives in St. Louis, and she still lives in Atlanta. So the kind of argument is, are we going to move in together? Are you going to move over here? What's the tea? So let's just get right into it because it's a lot. And, they're just now starting like a newly couple in a way. And they're already having to unleash all this baggage. So I want to ask you guys, what's your opinion on the whole moving in situation? Because Vaughn was kind of like, I'm not in a rush.
Right.
But it's kind of like, if you want my hand in marriage, what you waiting for? So what y'all think?
It sounds to me that Vaughn would appreciate them being married first before they move in together. Whereas Trina's like, well, we can move in today without the ring and I'd be completely okay. But I think I respect Vaughn for wanting to wait until marriage to say, okay, now let's, get a conjoined place together.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's just how he said it that made her be like, what you mean? Because I think that's the way I took it as well. But if you just really look at the big picture, he probably, like you said.
I agree. I think that at this stage of the game, I mean, we might as well, like, what are we rushing for? We might as well take our time, especially if money isn't an issue. Like, I understand sometimes you want to move in to, like, condense these bills. Right. But both of them have good jobs. Both of them are stable. They do very well for themselves. What are we rushing for? Like,
what does Vaughn do?
Well, listen, I can't.
He looks well put together. But I don't know
what
he's
struggling. But...
Yeah, I mean, he's okay. I don't know what he does, but he seems to be okay.
Oh, I thought you had some teeth.
I know.
I'll have it for you next week, though. I haven't been digging on Vaughn. Maybe I need to.
You try to tease us like you knew something.
Right. He be knowing something. He's just holding out on us.
We'll know next week.
I cannot confirm nor deny, so I'm just going with it.
Clear it up now.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm so. I feel like they can wait, or why not wait? Why not get to know how this person is? Do they wash their dishes? Do they shower before bed? Do they, why not figure it out now?
That's true.
Why not rush?
Y'all don't think they've been shacking up after all this time? I'm pretty sure they've spent the night, a few nights.
Well, but that's not shacking up to like hooking up.
We're not shacking again.
They've definitely hooked up, but I mean, we don't need.
I'm pretty sure they stayed together a few nights.
They're like, let me drive the boat.
So I think there's nothing wrong with so I feel like everything needs to go in a step. And it's like, if he first needs to move to the city, because right now all they've experienced is this long distance relationship. Right, yeah. If we go from you always being in St. Louis and I'm in Atlanta, and then we link up, the next step will be, okay, at least let's see how it works with us being in the same city, see how that vibes, and then we move in together. To move, that's like jumping a whole bunch of steps.
I feel you on that.
Now, did he say that he's willing to come to Atlanta, or is he expecting Trina to come to St. Louis?
He said he's moving.
Yeah, he'll move to Atlanta. It's just the fact that will he move into her house?
That part.
He said, I'll get a condo.
Yeah, he said he'll get a condo in Atlanta.
That's the other thing. As a dude, and I'm coming into your situation, that's kind of jacked up for me to move to Atlanta and be like, Erika, all right, so I need you to sell your place because I don't want to move into your space because maybe some other dude's been in that space. Like, I want us to have our own thing. That's a lot at one time, but if we take it slow, you know what I mean? Like, let me move, get my own spot, see how this vibes. Then we can look for a place together and pick it out, and it can literally be like a joint venture.
Yeah, that kind of piggybacks. Sorry, this is not related to this show, but Portia from Real Housewives of Atlanta, how she built her big dream house, and now she has a man, and she was like, well, just move into my house. It's already perfect for a family, and he's like.
Because it's always going to be your spot. Like, we need something that's ours.
Even if the house is because Portia's house, it is a family. Like, she really worked hard for that home. So it's kind of like, just come in. Like,
if I had my own spot and it was a phenomenal home, and we get married, you're cool moving into my place, no questions asked. Like,
I feel like that's
absolutely.
Women is so much
for a woman,
common.
for a woman, yes.
I've been in those situations.
Even if I had somebody else at one point,
into someone else's home.
What do you mean? Like, you were married before?
Whether I was married, engaged, dating, whatever, shacking up, hooking up, whatever. This was my bachelor pad, so it was a lot going down in the Tyler Tyson's home. You cool moving, you cool.
Wait, do y'all hear it?
You didn't say all of that.
Well, I'm just saying that kind of goes without saying though. Like,
okay, let's just be realistic. Well, you never know till you're in that situation. Let's just start that first. Yeah. But if you have the perfect home, I feel like even if we do want to move out eventually, it's not the first thing on our list to go do that. Because, I mean, if it's already set up for me to just come in and put my little spice to it, you know, we're good.
Maybe that's a man thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe it's a man thing.
Y'all
for
pride,
sure.
listen, women. Men are not stronger than us. Don't let nobody ever tell
I agree. You have no argument from me.
They're only physically stronger, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, let's move.
That's crazy.
Well, speaking of strength, what you got?
I'm sorry. I had one before we move away from Trina and Von. And we keep talking about how Von has handled helping Trina through this. Would y'all be okay if the guy that you were dating was mourning his ex, or would y'all be as cool as Von was? Like, if we flip that and make the situation reverse, could women be the opposite? Could they handle?
I'm
that?
gonna be honest. Sorry, I feel like you have no choice. Like, it's just one of those things you have to suck up, because how would you feel if your ex passed away? And not saying y'all had any relationship, they were best friends. Mm-hmm. Regardless whether y'all didn't talk or whatever, that's still somebody that meant something to you. Mm-hmm. So it's like my spouse has to just it's death. Like, if I feel like if someone were mad at me about mourning the death, you're really a low person. Like, who are you to say I can't? I'm not trying to go. I mean, well,
clearly
I can't.
Right.
Right. No, but like. Can't really. It's no choice. Like he's still, like, he has to let her vent. He just has to. That's how I look at it. Yeah. But like I said, it is tough. So I do commend him for being able to just handle that pressure, because that's tough. But I think he's doing well.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's like, how can you? I don't even want to sound nasty like this, but how are you jealous over someone who has passed away? Right. Like, you're obviously a very low person. If you're jealous over me mourning over someone who has passed away, someone who is never gonna, I'm never gonna experience on this realm again.
Exactly.
So it's like, as someone that I'm going to build something with, as far as a relationship, a marriage, or whatever it should be, you should be able to be there for me. And whatever. It's us versus the problem.
I agree. And I think it helped too, because going into the relationship, I'm pretty sure Von knew about Gabe and Trina's past relationship. So it wasn't like who the heck is this person you mourning over all of a sudden? Like, she knew, and like she said, that was my best friend. I'm pretty sure Von knew that. So when it happened, he was probably like, dang, like, I mean, he was a father figure to your kids at one point, I feel like he understood it was rough, yes, but at the end of the day, they were still solid way before he even was thought to have passed. So
I can definitely commend Von, because like you said, I would imagine that it is hard for him to show up during that time, but he has, and I don't think we've seen in any of the episodes him complaining for showing up. So I think that's really commendable. It takes a man to show up.
Now, he did give a look when Miss E said something. He was like, it's hard. Like, he gave a little like a, it's all good. It's understandable.
He made it through, though. He made it through.
He made it through. So that's why we love Von. He's just a real gentleman. And, speaking of gentlemen, he did, went out to eat with Mama E, obviously, Miss Evelyn, and kind of asked for her hand to marry Trina. So, that was real old school gentleman-like, because she was like, I love you. You didn't have to ask me. But so that
You sound just
like her.
But she does talk so, like, how does she talk? I can't
She
even
talks very
describe it.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
she's Baltimore. Traci is definitely Baltimore, I think, though, and
that accent.
Tamar a little bit.
Are they from Baltimore?
Oh, okay. Them strong accents, they're definitely from Baltimore.
Yeah.
But but regardless of all the things we've seen go with Trina and Von this episode, we know they're gonna pull through. So it's just good to see that even starting off, they can overcome all the bad stuff, the good stuff. So we know they're gonna be strong.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she needs to put some of that strength and give it to Toni.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
I like how you just put it out there. Like, give it to her.
Give some of your sister some of your love. You're always there for each other. So, Toni and Birdman is just a lot. But we finally saw, if she's going to be a Toni Braxton or she's going to be a Toni Williams. And from the looks of it so far, it might be a Toni Williams. What do you guys think about how we finally seen Birdman this episode?
This was his appearance back from, how long has it been since we've seen him?
It's been a couple episodes,
Long enough.
I don't know. Their relationship has always been weird to me. And the fact that Toni had to go to the Grammys alone, I thought that spoke volumes about their relationship too. Yeah. Because how are you not going to support me on a day that means so much to me. Whether I win a Grammy or not, I've been nominated, and I need you right there beside me.
Literally.
Period.
Good dudes are so different.
Well, I was about to
don't
say
mean
that
nothing.
to
That
me.
doesn't mean anything, but I'm just saying that's the way they're wired. They just
But he's in this industry, so that's really no excuse. I could say if he was a
it's
random,
no excuse.
he's in the industry.
But you can't change that mentality just because they're in the industry. Like some people just are the way they are.
I think that was symbolic of this relationship. His not
It
being
is.
at the Grammys is
Exactly.
symbolic because, as we've all said on multiple shows, we don't see how this is going to work. We don't really see them together. And Toni is forever going to be a music legend. She's always going to be at the Grammys
already
or
claimed
the
it.
American Music Awards, Billboard, whoever. And I just feel like you can't take Birdman everywhere. Like, you can't take Birdman into the NAACP Image Awards, like where they really
That's not
actually,
funny.
you know what I'm saying, where they really actually care about like your image and your
seen
like.
Tyler.
You can't do that. He can't go all the places that Toni can go. I mean, he
Right.
can, but you know what I mean. Like, he just aesthetically just looks like he's not supposed to be there.
Wait,
I'm just
The tea
saying.
is hot.
The
The
tea?
tea is hot
Is it?
tonight.
It's hotter than this
Okay.
tea.
Well, I'm drinking
right
water,
here.
so I'm.
But listen, you better quench the thirst,
I
okay?
feel you though. I'm gonna snap to that because he's just they're different.
So different. And it
They're
almost
so
felt like
different.
Toni was trying to cover up for him. She kept
I
saying
was
like,
really gonna say that.
what did she say? She kept saying, oh, he doesn't even show up early to his own events.
Don't
But
take
I'm
it
like,
personal. and-
girl.
yeah.
No.
Or just
No.
saying people don't know him for this guy he is in private. Babe, we need to see him in public. It
No.
ain't just about in private.
Exactly.
Like how you see him. We need to see him that way.
I did appreciate though, because you know I'm so anti Birdman. But what did kind of soften me was the interaction with the family at the table. Because the way he and
I'm trying to think at what part.
because when he and Tracy.
Wait, I was gonna like
I'm
pause
sorry.
and zoomed into that reaction.
I was like, wait, what?
She was like,
Were we watching the same show?
No, because they were acting like a family when he and Tracy were kind of going back and forth,
Yeah,
and,
I get
and it was
that.
playful banter. You have that one cousin, that
Yeah.
one uncle that y'all
They
love
both
each other,
go
but y'all
back
just
and
go back and
forth.
forth.
okay, I did
Yeah.
get that.
Like it looked like a real true family.
I
like
think for me, I agree. But if I didn't know how they were gonna end up prior to watching this, I would be like, oh, but it ain't mean nothing. It didn't move me too much because we know how it ends up. So
well,
sorry.
I tried. Listen, Burb, I'm trying. That's all I could find positive to say. I
And
didn't wanna-
that's sad. That's all we could find. We
Even
needed
then,
more.
I don't
we
think
needed
it was positive because I feel like who was it? Traci, Trina,
Traci.
Yeah, it's like you have that sister who could kind of read through them. Like, I don't really like them, but you with them, so
That's
I'm
Tracy.
here.
That's exactly
Yeah,
what she
you-
kind of said.
and that's what I feel like. She
So
was
you
just
think
like,
regardless you don't like him, even though she said, I like you, brother.
she probably like him, but not for her.
Not
sister.
for her sister.
I
Toni
can see
deserves
that.
better.
I
Like
like that.
Yeah.
I could see Birdman with Tracy.
Because Traci
That's
has the
Tracy.
more
Hood, rough around the
mentality.
edge. Like that's
Yeah.
her.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And did
Toni
you guys
does kinda
catch?
act-
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say she does kind of act uppity sometimes, but like I said, we don't see them in private, so it's kind of hard. Like I hate to speak on someone's relationship, but it's kind of like, oh, we see it, they don't match.
And did you guys catch when Traci, she was jokingly saying, I guess Toni, while she was at the Grammys, Drake like came up to her and bowed down. And Traci was the one who was like, oh, he won a little some of Toni. And I think that kind of hinted to Traci not really being a big fan of Birdman either, because I feel like she's always in Toni's ear about
That's a
another
good-
man.
Yeah,
That's
that's a good
very
look.
good.
I didn't even think about
I
that.
didn't think that deep into it. Yeah,
Plant that seed. Come on and plant
And the
that
picture
seed and
that
cultivate
Drake
it.
posted today, I'm like,
Yeah.
yes,
Y'all know-
Toni, get with Drake.
That
boo.
is very true. Because
That is a
someone
good
who
point.
respects your relationship is not
Not
going to
gonna-
be in your ear
Period.
about
Period.
another man, and definitely not in front of your man.
Oh, yeah.
whether
Like-
it's a joke or not.
Yeah.
Let's clear that up.
That's just
Joker.
not going to happen.
That's good.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Because we would have
Yeah,
said that in
that's
front of
really
Vaughn. Listen,
Yeah. Nobody's trying to put a replacement for Vaughn.
I'm not disrespecting
Period.
Vaughn.
Yeah, not at all.
That's so
Vaughn
funny.
is good.
Vaughn is good. So well, we're gonna get into our news and gossip. Because listen,
Dude, we got some juicy
That's kinda
gossip
good.
on. What? Tyler got it all.
Yes, I am Tyler Tyson, and I am here with your news and gossip.
we're
So
gonna
first,
name that by him.
so first things first. Tamar is on tour everywhere. She did a solo show, well, a show outside of the dungeon with Anthony Hamilton down in Miami, and I think we have a little video of that also of her like walking to the stage, and she was like looking very not scandalous, but she was in like a little sheer number. It's a little sexy look for Tamar.
Yes,
Come on,
take
Tamar.
it.
Get it together.
What? talk. Yes.
That body.
So that was it. She took a break from the dungeon to do that show in Miami with Anthony Hamilton. So
looks good.
She looks
She does.
phenomenal.
I can see her post all her gym. She's been looking bad.
Yeah, she's been working out too. I think quietly, somehow, some way, she's been getting the gym in the mix
Yeah, she
somehow.
looks pretty natural.
Yeah. Also, speaking of Trina, she posted something for Mother's Day, talking about my soon-to-be mother-in-law, and it was Von and his mom. So I know, like on this episode, we saw where he asked Mama E for her hand in marriage. Well, apparently, somewhere down the line, he must have already said something to Trina because she's already calling her soon-to-be mother-in-law.
Wow. Well, she's already calling the kids son.
Well, that's true. Yeah. And I think
So she's just a real. I'ma just.
She ready.
and I think
ready.
and Sierra said that she's doing a play.
Yes, so she's actually in a play now, and we've seen that she was taking up for. We'll get there, but she's making moves.
Yeah, Trina's out there making
In
this.
her love life and a personal.
Trina's doing very well right now.
That's great. I'm happy for her.
So this next thing, so one of our very own AfterBuzzers, Jay Lamar, you can catch him on Paradise Hotel. I know he's on that after show. Well, he went to the dungeon tour when it came to LA, and he actually got to meet Tamar. Tamar brought him on stage,
Yes.
and I think we have a video of this as well. Like
he was on this after show.
yeah,
Last season.
yeah, last season.
That's so cool.
Look at Tamar.
Come on, Jay. Come on, Jay. I don't know what he's saying, but he's getting his life. Come on.
Me and Beyonce. Oh my God.
So shout out to Jay Lamar.
Myself
And then finally, as we've been talking this entire time, Tamar is still on tour. She's still a part of the Welcome to the Dungeon tour that with Candy Burris and Trina and a few others. They just had a show tonight in Cleveland, Ohio, I believe, which is actually Jay Lamar's hometown.
wow.
Just a quick little mark there. And then here's a little something Tamar posted on her page, a video, and she said, the caption said, "and scene." So
Okay. How do we feel about Tamar's dancing? Real quick.
I mean, we only got into snippet.
well, listen.
It was only a second.
It's as good as, and this is Tyler Tyson with your news and gossip. But I think that's I think her dancing is all. That's all we need from her.
Okay.
Like she's a step above Whitney, but she's not. You know,
Wait, huh?
because Whitney can't dance. Whitney Houston could not dance. So she's a step above Whitney, but she's no Beyonce. I mean,
Well, how did you compare Whitney?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I tried to think of who can't dance, and I'm just saying.
You said Whitney, you
I'm
thought
saying
Whitney.
Tamar's above
And
Whitney.
you thought Whitney.
Above.
Who else can't dance? I don't know anybody else that can't dance.
All the youngsters, and you go with old.
I don't know these young kids. Listen,
said,
I don't pay them no attention.
Taylor Swift. Thank you, Steph.
I'm sorry, Tamar
got to hit a Beyonce.
I mean, Taylor was canceled after that whack behind band performance that she had at the Billboard
That was
Awards.
that was a nutcracker right there.
Taylor Swift has officially been canceled. So.
Been
That's a whole
She
canceled.
really
different
been canceled. Well, listen, I got something else that's canceled. So let's get straight into our special segment. Because listen, it's a lot of cancellation with this. So, actually, we have one more thing for you guys. So we mentioned that wrap this up real fast. Trina and Vaughn, she's actually in a play right now. So actually, they're still doing good. They were on a flight to head to her play. I forgot the details of the play, but I mean, she's making money.
Come on.
She has the Sister Circle.
Yes.
And here's the reason why she actually wants Vaughn to move to Georgia, because she has that gig now, and then she's on a play. So, and it's cool to see that he's supporting her and actually going with her. So I thought that was pretty
That's
dope.
great.
That girl.
She did plays
Love.
back in the day too.
Really?
Like that's how she used to make her money before she became Tony's doo-wop pop pop chick. She was doing plays. That's what they call. Do y'all not watch this? That's what she calls her. I did.
That one.
I did.
Do-wop,
Y'all
pop,
know
pop.
that's what she called her. I didn't make that up.
I do want.
You don't hear? They always say I'm not your doo-wop pop pop chick. That's one of
I've
Tamar's.
never heard
That's
that.
a Baltimore.
I'm gonna
listen.
catch it the next episode.
See how they do me?
Drum.
See how they do me?
Oh goodness. Okay, well, just moving on to our special segment. So as we all have heard, so I want to start it off this way. So as we watched the past seasons of the show, we noticed that, and Imani actually gave us tea about this, but Tamar actually mentioned that she had a miscarriage in 2017. And I never knew nothing about
Yeah,
that.
I
So
didn't
that
either.
was pretty interesting that you said that. And then Toni spoke out about having an abortion in 2014. So I want to give you those facts to tie into our special segment today, which is the new abortion law that has been passed. Now, we know it's a lot of opinions and thoughts about it. And I just want to start off by leaving it very open. But kind of just let me give your base thoughts about what you think about it, and then we can kind of give a quick little in depth more into it.
Besides the fact that I'm utterly disgusted.
Yeah.
Do you mean about the law or about abortions in general?
You can both. I mean, the law being passed in general. I mean, because it's all really tied
See if I
together.
can wrap this up in 10
Before Tyler
seconds.
even says anything, I just want to mention I was talking with some ladies before I got here, and we were wondering, where are the men? We've been seeing so many women speaking out on this, but what about the men who have been able to dodge kids from abortions?
Mm-hmm.
Where are those men speaking out at?
Or the man that was willing to go with the woman or pay for the abortion. Because
exactly.
we have that happen a lot of times
Mistresses and all type of things. Where are these men?
Okay, well, a couple things. One, Toni did in 2014 when she announced that she had an abortion, which was like back in the 90s. I don't want people to think she had an abortion in 2014. Like, she announced it in 2014 but she had it back in the 90s.
But she was in her 30s or something.
Yeah, and she was saying that she felt like she was being punished, and that's why her.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think the guys aren't going to speak at the ones that you're talking about, because if I am a guy, and I'm not, but if I am a guy that paid for a woman to have an abortion, I'm not going to then come out and announce that I paid to have, for a woman to have an abortion. You're not going to find a guy to do that. Most of those guys, not saying that they were cheating on somebody else or anything like that, but that's so you don't know, like, what's their story? Like, did they have mistresses? Was this a side piece? Like, so they're just not, men aren't going to say anything.
But I mean, like, why not as a man speak out? Because whether
they should,
you don't have to admit, like, hey, I had a mistress, I had a side chick.
They should speak out in support of.
You should still support, because
I agree.
Now it's like, okay, so if you knock someone up,
but here's the interesting thing: the law that was passed in Alabama. It was like 30 white men that wrote the law. It was an all male congressional group that wrote this. So I mean, they're the men right there.
That's gross.
I think the part that irritates me the most is people are missing the argument behind it. People are saying, you want to kill kids, or you're not Christian, or this, or you're pro this, pro that. The issue itself is we're trying to be pro-woman. Let's just start there.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is you cannot sit here and tell me you can dictate whether someone wants to keep their child or not. I know personally many women who have actually done it. Now me, I'm neutral about it because I don't ever want to step on, I'm just neutral. But it's kind of like I understand why they have to do what they have to do. So it's kind of like, and then like they say now, if you ban this, you're going to open the gate for worse things to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like...
We seen 4 colored girls.
Exactly.
Did you see how that had to happen?
Exactly.
And not only that, it's just like, you never know what someone else is going through, and you cannot ever, whether you're a Christian, a Jew, a Mormon, whoever you are, you cannot judge anyone, because when you judge someone, you can be judged for that very same thing.
And you have to know your history. You have to know that the reason that this even came about in the first place was because women that had been raped, that had been molested, that did have these horrific things that happened to them, or maybe it was an accident that happened when they were 16 or whatever the case may have been. They were doing stuff in back alleys. They were throwing themselves down the stairs. They were committing suicide. They were doing all these horrific things because that was the only way they saw out. And so the government then stepped in and said, okay, well, let's create this process where you can do this safely. It'll be regulated by the government. That way we know no one is killing themselves or harming themselves, just out willy-nilly. Like, now we can do it in a controlled environment.
And just to piggyback off of that, now we've went back 100 years. We just went backwards.
Literally, that's the only thing. And I'm scared. I'm scared. This is just the first thing of many. Yeah. And that's the scary part about it. Who knows what else is going to try to pass? And I think that's what's so frustrating to me. It's like, out of everything going on in the world, there are 1,000 issues going on, not just in America, but in the world. And it's the first thing y'all decide to pass. Yeah. Let's not forget the gun laws. Let's not forget all the people in other countries that are starving. It's just so much going on in the world.
Police brutality.
It's so much. And it's like, out of everything, this is what y'all thought to make a law about, when you have a lot of things that you can actually make a law to prevent real life issues and real life crises, but you don't want to see a better world. You want to see a chaotic world that you can run and make people go crazy, but what is the result? People are going to still hurt themselves. Mm-hmm. And now we see that people are going to actually fight the law. People are already fighting this. So who knows if it's going to stick, which I hope it doesn't, because we're not about to time travel backwards. It just doesn't make any sense. And to wrap it up, you guys have any more on that? No?
No, I'll save it for another show.
You should.
know.
Well, we'll
just
transition
BS.
it over. But just to wrap it up, we do have some, I know if you guys were on social media today, you probably seen these. But, just saying that reasons why women have abortions and basically saying nobody's business.
It's nobody's
Period.
business.
I
It's
mean,
nobody's
period.
business.
I don't see how me not having an abortion affect you in your daily life. It
Yeah.
just doesn't.
And what is Tupac's lyric? It's been viral or everywhere today. A man has
no
Oh.
way to create a woman. So
Oh, yes.
Shoot,
I get.
You almost had it. You
I know the
almost had
song.
it.
Wait, I know the song.
Exactly.
I know the song. Hold
But
on.
you can't tell a woman
Come on.
when to
Yes.
create one.
Yes. Yes.
Y'all get it. If you know the Tupac lyrics, just drop it. We know. But I mean, that's true though. Literally, that's
Seriously.
true. And this also kind of piggybacks to what it says. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Steph,
But
we
you know
love
what?
you.
I want to say a quick thing. Like, why aren't the men who are walking out of these children's life after they're born being prosecuted or anything?
That's
like
what I was
that?
gonna say.
It's
Yeah,
definitely
they did a lot for
a war
them.
on women. Yeah, because
It
it's
is.
like, okay, so we have these kids, and now we're a single mother.
So this is
So what's the
like-
punishment for the man then? Since you're
There's
punishing
no
me.
punishment. It's men who are creating these laws.
this is the irony in all of this is that you have people, and I hate the term pro-life, pro-choice because I think everyone in the world is pro-life as far as like nobody wants to harm anybody and all of those things, but they keep using this as a talking point and making it seem like they just care so much about life. But then once the child gets here though, and God forbid he's black or of any color, then you throw him to the wolves. So what happens to you caring about this child now? Like, you cared about him when he was an embryo. You cared about him when he barely had a heartbeat and didn't have any other limbs or anything. You cared about this thing. But now that it's a fully functioning black child, now what?
That's true.
Is the law still gonna be relevant? But it's a rough topic, and if you guys have thoughts about it, please let us know. We would love to hear your opinions about it. But also another picture that showed men shouldn't make laws about women's bodies. And actually, I agree. Period. You can't make a child like we say, so therefore you shouldn't be able to make laws about it. Wait, what's we got the lyrics for you guys real fast. We're gonna wrap it
And
up.
since
hear
a man
more
can't
women
make
be-
one,
Oh, wait.
he
Oh,
has
wait.
no right to tell a woman when and where to create one.
There we
That's
go.
the line
Yes.
right there.
Time to heal our women, be real to our women. I
hey.
think that's how it goes.
I know you're fed up, ladies, but keep your head up. We gonna keep our head
Yes.
up, okay? So after buzzers, what we gonna do?
Child.
We're gonna keep our head
Keep our
up.
head up.
Things are gonna get-
That's the song right there. Come on.
That's the song
Come on.
right there.
I'm gonna bump that in my car on my way home.
Listen, vibes. Well, we're just gonna end it on that note because we do need to keep our head up. So, actually, no, we have predictions for you guys. So before we get into that, what are our predictions?
I got one.
Oh,
You got one?
Since
Yes.
we're talking about babies,
Oh.
Towanda might be having a baby. Y'all don't think so?
think
Maybe
so?
not. Probably not.
It ain't really scratching my surface just
Nah,
yet.
probably not. But I'm gonna ride with it. Just
okay.
okay.
Just in case you're right. Okay.
Let her
I
drive
might
the
be right.
And,
Let her drive the boat.
and something I left out of the news and gossip, now that you mentioned it, Towanda and old boy Sean, they have a YouTube page. Just to throw that out there, as I keep trying to point out to, I don't think this is a completely real
Every
situation.
week he has something
Now
on
I
there.
agree.
I'm
I
just-
agree wholeheartedly.
It's a
because
business thing. That's all I'm saying.
Why not be in business with your boo?
Anyway, as I get into my
I'm
prediction,
looking for a YouTube relationship right now. I need to be bringing in the coin.
I
so.
do want to shout out
Literally.
Christina L. Smith, Cindy Williams, and Gwendolyn Morgan, who were in the chat room popping off last week. I told y'all I would shout y'all out, so there's your shout out. And my predictions, I'm still waiting on Mama E to start dating. That's all I care about in this
Yes.
entire
I
season.
hope we get it because the season's
Yeah.
gonna wrap up. So
Definitely.
I think Sean is playing Towanda, and
wait,
I
Did you not warn us
I
first?
do. I
We
do.
just
I
went
do.
from
I do.
YouTube and
I didn't say he was
Wait.
playing her, but
It's
I'm-
just
y'all.
drop
I
the
be-
bomb.
Tell us.
Tell us what we gonna
how.
So when they were in the car, really quick, Sean and Towanda were talking about Tamar winning Big Brother, and Sean was like, "Do you think Tamar's gonna give Vince half of that money she won?" And so I don't know. I just feel like he's about money, so he wants Tawanda's coin.
Because that was
and
it when he
try and
said that. I was like, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that
just
was
like,
kind
what?
of
The
Why?
correlation. Why would she?
right. That's
And
what
why
I'm
is
saying.
that on your mind?
Period.
that part.
That's the real.
So we're gonna find out that he's playing her.
That's just actually. I'm just agree with that prediction. Mine is just that the sisters are going to keep elevating, but the relationships are still going to be a little scarce. I don't know how to put it, but yeah. Just gotta keep just going with the flow. We'll see.
Wow.
We only got a few episodes left, y'all.
Few
Get into it.
So yes, a few episodes left. So make sure you keep tuning in to us because you want to keep it locked with you guys. Okay. So I'm your host Sierra Stafford. You can find me on my social media at Sierra B Stafford. Any money, where can we find you?
Hey guys, you can find me on all social media platforms at Imani Ajax and at ManiJTV.com, where I'm covering everything pop culture.
And of course, you can get your entire life following me on all social media at the Tyler Tyson.
Get your entire life.
Hey guys, and you can follow me on all social media at Erika Joy H.
Yes. Till next week.
Peace.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.